What's up guys, Matt here, and we're about to straighten this out, find out what we were doing while we were playing Goonies 2 for the NES. Goonies 2, created and modeled after the arcade version, which had a sequel to the original Goonies, but never came out in the movies. There was an arcade cabinet that was a sequel, but it never came out. So they ported that over to the NES, and boom, Goonies 2. So before we move on to the, let me see, we got the first one, we got the second Goonie. Before we go to the third Goonie, we have to go down and get the glasses and the, what is that? Boomerang, which are, the glasses are in the, this room right here. First you take the boomerang, it's just sitting in the room to the right. And you use a hammer, you hit here, then you key it, and you get that safe, you get the glasses. Which actually come in, you use them a lot in this game. Actually quite useful to find lots and lots of passageways and items. So we'll be headed to get the helmet next. And once we get the helmet, we can proceed to the third Goonie. And this is where I use bombs or Molotovs. This guy, that guy right there, and this next guy coming up. And the two sections where I think it's the only sections where I use them. You see this guy right here can give you trouble. Whatever, I missed him, so doesn't even matter. So we go up here and we'll get our helmet with our glasses. We've got to use them to find the actual helmet. See, they come in handy right away. How glasses can see through walls, I don't know. Whatever. I'm trying to avoid that guy and he fucking just shat on my whole avoidance tactics. So use the candle first, then use the glasses. You have to hit B or A to actually show that sub menu with the other items in it. Just so you know, if you're in there and you're wondering, why can't I use my glasses? It's like B or A that opens those menus. And then we're going to go to, first we'll make a pit stop at Konami Man. And we're going to go to the bridge section, which is probably the most iconic section from the whole game. I don't know if I ever even made it this far as a kid, to be honest. But if I had to pick a section that was memorable, it would be the bridge section. Because it's just, I don't know, it looks like they worked hard on it and shit, so. I don't know, maybe it's not that great. For the graphics, it's not that great, but it's just, it looks like they put the most work into it. And on the bridge section, there are certain enemies, I don't know what they're called. They look like a big giant floating head, like a skeleton head, or an alligator head, skull. I mean, like a skull, not a head. But before we cross the bridge, those certain enemies will take your boomerang. So we just got the boomerang and they're going to take it. And I don't even use it, so I don't even know why. Well, I go get it because you need the glasses to do things. Make sure you have bombs when you reach this point in the game. If you have used your bombs already, you're going to have to farm some. Because we're going to get an item that will increase our speed, and it's actually pretty useful for getting through the game a little bit faster. And because right now you move at pretty slow. I know you can't tell with the video and all, but this is where the sprint shoes. You're just sitting in a room up there. You've got hyper shoes, okay? So you got those, and now your character. Oh, and the other annoying thing too is you have to equip them, which is so stupid. So these are the guys that'll take your boomerang. And there, he just took it. I don't have it anymore. Boo-hoo, whatever. But so this section right here is pretty hard because you can fall. It's the instant deaths that are hard, and you have to be careful. Because this guy comes through and he usually hits me. Somehow I make it, or I die. Oh, I don't make it, I died, and then I just get set on the other side. So now we're into the purple section, and there's not a lot here. We're mainly using it as a, I think, if you explore this whole section, there's a new enemy too, Jumping Skull Wingman. If you explore this whole section, there might be bombs and more Molotovs, but again, I don't need them, so I don't even go for them. Let's use the hammer on the middle wall here, go through, then we end up in the, I guess you could call it like the rainforest area, because there's another item in here that I don't even think is necessary, but I guess I get it just anyways. It's a raincoat. You see those geysers right there? When they hit you, they do damage, and the raincoat just sort of like halves that damage, I think. But we're gonna head for the key ring in the third Goonie, excuse me. This room has a key ring, and it's also if you notice, if you go to the right, it's a perpetually never-ending room. But in order to get the item, you go like that, and then you use your fist. Oops, I selected the wrong one, sorry. Use your fist, and you get the more keys, which come in handy. I guess it's just good to have a whole lot of keys. I think I ended the game with like one key, so I don't know if it was because I died or something, but or I used to continue, I don't know. See that? It just reduces that damage right there, which is only in this section of the game, and you only see once. I don't even know that item is necessary, the raincoat. Here we'll find the third Goonie. You go... Where is it at? I think you use glasses. I know you use glasses. There. Boom. You got the glasses, and they came in handy. Great thing about getting another Goonie is not only does it increase your health bar by 1, but it also refills all the other ones. So it's like sort of like this little hidden bonus, you know. And don't forget to have your split hyper shoes equipped. It's so stupid. Why would it would just be like an automatic thing? You know, I just don't get it. Those guys I don't even try to kill. I just run past them. So we got the third Goonie. We're gonna go down here and head for two things, the raincoat and the diving gear. Now the diving gear you actually need to beat the game, so that's not an item you can skip. We've got 3 Goonies. You could see their little outlines down there, just so you saw that. More like icons of Goonies. I'm not sure if this is a room. Is it? Okay, what do you use here? Glasses, hammer. There you go. And you find this chest that gives you the diving gear, which you legitimately need, so that is important. Diving suit, whatever. I don't know what to... I kind of wanted to explain the menuing system a little bit. It can be rather confusing. Honestly, I don't know how to explain it other than to tell you to try it. Don't go in that room. It's just useless. You go over to the left here and get the raincoat. It's just weird. It's not like... I don't know if it was the way they programmed it or what. But you have to use the hammer here to get it. This whole system it's just so strange. I don't know why they even implored it in the game, to be honest. If they had added more platforming and cool like jumps and bosses, if they had added a boss, that would have been cool, as opposed to the stupid menuing. But I guess that's what they were trying to get, some sort of like puzzle platforming or puzzle side-scrolling game, because it is kind of like a puzzle. I mean, you just have to find all the pieces and put it together. So we got the first one. I'm sorry, we got the third Goonie, we got the raincoat, we got the diving gear. Now, in order to proceed, we have to backtrack pretty far. We have to go all the way back to... Go back to the start, the red cavern, go down, and to the left, go to the boomerang room. So where we got the boomerang before, there was a hole on the ground to the wall, or on the room to the left of it. No, where we got the glasses. The room to the left of the glasses, there was a hole in the ground, and that's where you used the diving suit for the first time. So that's where we're headed now. And I know, I guess I could have sped up this backtracking a little bit, but just about this game, this is one of the games I was talking about earlier in the other video, a top list of games I've always wanted to beat. This was one of them. We Three Kings is one of them, which is a Wisdom Tree game that I played a lot when I was a kid. Super C was one of them. I played it a lot, but I never beat it. The fact that I've never done Super C is kind of weird. I've done Contra. Maybe I should do Super C. I just don't think it's as popular. It's like the second in the Contra series, maybe the third game. And it's the one where in the European version you play as robots and you don't actually play as guys. Or something like that. I always wondered what those running things on the wall were too. They're supposed to be like, oh, we're running, man, come help us. I just don't get the motive they're going for here, if I'm honest. I don't get what they were going for. Those things too, I don't. Just weird types of enemies. Because first you see the snake. You can tell one's a snake, one's a bat. Oh yeah, don't do this. This is dumb. I think you can go up over here. So you have to go on the platform. Oh yeah, you can. Okay. That's a snake. That's a snake down there. That guy kind of looks like a dog / crab or something. I don't really. There's in the ice rooms you have the penguin. You can obviously tell it looks like a penguin. Well, I run past here. That guy looks like a walrus for sure. That's penguin. This is supposed to be like a bear or something down there. And so we go to the left, and we go back and get our boomerang really quick because it'll respawn if you drop it, or it gets taken away from you. We go down this hole, use our just use diving suit, and then we're gonna go get like, what are we gonna get? I think we're gonna get the jump shoes, or the first Goonie and the jump shoes, and then we're gonna end this segment. So first thing you'll notice you go for is I drop a bomb right here. This guy gives you an extra life, I think. Which can come in handy, I guess. There's a door here. I think the enemy's there on purpose. They want me to use a bomb on him. I don't know what this guy's called. I'll give you another life. There's another guy just like him who does the same thing in another section. He's an older man. So you go through this diving area, you go down, you go to the left here. And this is where we get the ladder, which comes into play a lot here in the final sections of the game. You hit here in the middle and you get the ladder, and then you go take it, and then you go to the right, and then you use a hammer to punch a hole in the ceiling, and use the ladder, and then you can press up. If you hammer, ladder up, then you can get the final the fourth Goonie. You have to hammer, go down, and then you have the ladder, then you can go down. There's a whole bunch of bullshit just to get it. And then you have tools, diving suit. And then the only other item in this section of the game that's worth getting is the jump shoes and a key ring. There's another key ring. So we go up, back up where we were just at before, all the way to the right over here. That looks like a shark. That looks like a jellyfish. That's like a little fish. That kind of looks like a squid. That's a crab with some weird looking eyeballs. Just hit here, and I think you get a key ring, if I'm honest. Boom, got it. And we go through that other hole you saw over there. So tools, diving suit. We go down really quick. And we get the jump shoes, which come into handy like once or twice. You actually don't need them to get through the game. Could have skipped it here. So many different things you can skip in this game. I watched a speedrunner match of it. It was pretty cool. I don't remember too much of it. Maybe I'll rewatch it for this next video. Alrighty, and once we get this, we're going to end the video. So you go over here, and there's this dude chilling with the jump shoes for you, which kind of look like rollerblades. But alrighty guys, take care.